Hey everyone, welcome back to another day in Papa's Workshop. If you're in need of a bulletin board and you are absolutely shocked by the prices that you find at the store, well, today I'm going to show you exactly how you can use some very inexpensive materials and make your own bulletin board. All it takes is a simple tablecloth, a piece of the construction type foam board, and you can use a 1/2 inch or 1 inch thick, whatever you choose to, and some glue. And with that, you can make your own bulletin board. Now here's a look at the finished boards, and these are 80 inches tall, 40 inches wide, that's covered with that tablecloth material. The foam that I'm using is just a construction grade 1 inch thick foam. And this glue is by 3M, it's the Super 77, and you can clearly see on the label that it can be used with the foam. So this material will not eat the foam. Now the first step, get that foam onto the workbench, spread out the tablecloth, and get it evenly covered over the foam board. And that way you have the same amount hanging down on each of the sides. When you're using this glue, you need to wear a mask. Now this is an N95 mask. It's a 3-layer mask that is designed for the paints. And it has the normal layers for your different particles as well as the carbon layer. To begin the actual gluing process, raise up one side of the tablecloth to expose the foam underneath. Now I'm exposing roughly about 3 to 4 inches of the foam. From there, you shake up the can good, of course, and then spray a nice even coat of the glue all along this edge. Now this again is about 3 to 4 inches. It really doesn't matter exactly how much is exposed, but you just want a small area that's exposed to be able to begin working with this glue and mounting the tablecloth to the foam. It says on the instruction with the glue that you need to wait about 30 seconds. And I have found that by the time you spray from one end to the other, you beat that time requirement. So I can start in the center and I'm going to pull the cloth very gently over, removing any wrinkles. If I have some little wrinkles or bubbles, I can just easily lift up the tablecloth and pull about, and then using my other hand, rub down that material so that there's absolutely no wrinkles whatsoever. So it really doesn't matter that the tablecloth had been folded and it had wrinkles to begin with, because this process is going to eliminate every single one of the wrinkles. Because if you have a wrinkle, all you need to do is just lift it up, pull that wrinkle out, set it back down, and then rub it over. And you can see I've got one little wrinkle there that I needed to take care of. And then I just continue that process all the way down to the end. And just rub it down flat. And that first section is glued down and it's nice and smooth. And that sets the foundation now for the entire rest of the process. You do not need to rush. You've got plenty of time to be able to do it. And once you have this completely sealed, come back and look just to make sure that there's no wrinkles. The next step is I want to lift up the tablecloth again and expose the edge of the foam. And I pull it just a little bit, because if there's any area where the tablecloth was not sticking to the foam, you want to pull it back just enough to be able to expose that area. And from there, I'm going to spray this adhesive right along that edge. And then we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to start in the center and I'm going to pull this over and seal it down. And you see with that little bubble? Just pull it, seal it, and just continue working this all the way down. I like starting from the center and working out to each of the ends. And this process, as you can see in real time, does not take a lot of time at all to be able to do. And the finish is good. You have nice sharp edges. There's no bubbles. The tablecloth is completely stuck to the foam, and it makes for a very nice finish. You really don't need to add anything else to be able to complete your bulletin board. But should you want to use a wood frame or something like that, you certainly can do it. And here's a look at that finished first section with the edge sealed and that first 3 to 4 inches. You can see there's absolutely no wrinkles. Now at this point, we need to take the tablecloth from the other side and lift it up and over. And we're going to do the same exact process. We're going to fold this tablecloth all the way back to the point where you are having glue. And if you have an area that's not glued, you'll be able to tell immediately as you pull this tablecloth back. Now you notice I'm pulling this tablecloth all the way back to the point where the tablecloth is stuck to the foam. If there's any loose places, this is the time that you want to find it. So I'm pulling all the way back to that area. So now I have the glued surface underneath and the foam that's exposed that I need to be able to spray. Now if there's a little bit of glue that gets on the cloth, no big deal, because that's going to get on the cloth anyway, so don't worry about that. What I'm doing next is I'm going to spray about 8 to 10 inches. Doesn't really matter. You want to work in small sections. So I'm only spraying the glue onto the surface now at about 8 to 10 inches wide. And you can see that the time that it takes to be able to do this is ample time to be able to meet the requirements of the instructions, to be able to have 30 seconds of drying time before you actually stick the material down to this foam. Again, we're going to start in the center, and I'm just going to stretch it just a little bit. You don't want to overstretch it. And as you spread this out, you can see that the wrinkles that were in the tablecloth as you push it down are completely gone. If you have a little wrinkle, that's okay. Just lift it up, get to that wrinkle, and push that little wrinkle or that little bubble out of the way, and then rub it down again. So this is a very simple process that you go through, and just take your time. As I mentioned earlier, you have plenty of working time with this glue. As I'm smoothing this down, every now and then you can see where I run into a bubble or a wrinkle, and I just simply lift up the cloth and be able to work it to be able to smooth it out. If you take your time, it's really hard to mess this up. Once you're finished with this end, go back to the center and start the same process over, working from the center out to the end, just stretching that cloth ever so slightly. You only want to stretch it just enough to be able to accomplish what you need so that you can lay this down very smooth and rub it flat. You're rubbing that cloth directly into that glue so that you can have good contact with that material to the foam. When you're all finished with this section, do a final inspection just to make sure that it's completely sealed and that there are no wrinkles or bubbles whatsoever in the material itself. And then just repeat the process. Once you have the tablecloth on the entire surface, you want to do the same thing as we did at the beginning. Raise up the cloth, expose the edge of that foam, and we're going to do the same thing again. We want to make sure that we seal this tablecloth to the edge of the foam. And of course, we're going to do this on all four sides. That's what gives you a nice complete finished look when you look at the bulletin board from the edge. And this of course assumes that you're not going to put any type of frame around it. And on this particular board, being this large, no, we're not going to put any type of frame around this bulletin board. Oh, and yes, don't forget each of the ends. You have to do the same thing. Spray the glue on it, and then we'll just tuck it down, making sure it's nice and snug. Once this is all done, it's time to work on the back. And there are many different ways to be able to do the back. Some people may want to trim off the edges and just have a very small section to be able to glue and seal, but I'm not going to do that. So whatever is left over, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to pull this edge back, spray it with the glue, and attach it to the surface of the foam the exact same way. Now again, this is strictly up to you on the back side, because let's face it, nobody is going to see it. But for me, I'm just going to take and just spray the glue on and attach it the same way. And yes, I'm a little OCD. It really doesn't matter that you get every single wrinkle out on the back side, but for me, it's just something I want to do. So yeah, I'm taking my time to get every single wrinkle out, just as I did on the front side, to make it look as good as I possibly can. To provide just a little bit of extra insurance, I'm taking some white duct tape and sealing the edge. And from there, adding a few staples here and there just to be able to give a little bit of a mechanical security to this whole entire thing. Is this really necessary? Probably not. But I want to be able to do this anyway, just to add the duct tape to be able to secure those edges nice and tight, and add just a few staples into it. Well, this was a fun, easy project to be able to do. At this point, I'm upstairs in a different room in the house. The shop is being used for some other activities, and I wanted to go ahead and finish this video. But at this point, you can see just how easy it is to be able to make your own bulletin board and save a lot of money. Now, granted, this is a large bulletin board that I'm making, and quite frankly, making 8 of them. So if you multiply that out on just how much that would cost, that would have been a lot of money. So for me, we're able to do this project for pennies on the dollar compared to buying one that was already finished. And of course, we got the exact size that we wanted. I hope that if you're in need of a bulletin board, you might want to give this project a try, because it's really very easy to do. And I tried to show you step by step how to do it and show you just how easy it is. Now, this was a real short video today, and it looks like I'm getting pretty good at doing these short videos. Now I'm trying to help you out as much as I can. So if you find this video useful, please give me the old thumbs up, subscribe right down below, and I look forward to seeing you in the very next video. Bye-bye, everyone.